Well, never in a million years did I see that result coming. Spurs 0, Newcastle 1. Let's get into it. Hello good people, thank you so much for tuning in once again to another video on this channel, Real Football UK. My name's Ian. Today we're going to be looking at Newcastle United's performance away at Tottenham Hotspur. Newcastle of course won 1-0. Here's my 5 takeaways from the game. Takeaway number 1, this was a sound defensive performance. This performance from Newcastle was the polar opposite of last week at Norwich, where we conceded 3 goals and, to be honest, could have conceded more last week. It was so bad last week. This was the opposite of that. This defensive performance was assured, it was a team effort, and you can really see the game plan that was there, that was missing last week. The back four and the midfield 5, there was hardly any gap between them a lot of times. Spurs didn't have any room to really put their mark on the game. And yes, Spurs were lacklustre a bit, but really credit has to go to Newcastle for that tight defensive display and the ability to then hit them on the counter-attack, which worked so well. Obviously when we got the goal, it was then possible to kind of defend even tighter and really battle for our life. I think the epitome of this was in the 93rd or 94th minute. We had the ball in Tottenham's end, we lost possession, and Matt Ritchie sprinted all the way back to defend, and that kind of just sums up the attitude of the players this game. And that leads me to takeaway number 2. This was a really Rafael Benitez-esque performance. This wouldn't have been a shock had we had this performance under Rafa Benitez. This was an away game to a good team, and you know, Rafa obviously usually set up so that we didn't lose the game and then hope to catch them on the counter-attack. Interestingly enough, in the 2 seasons Rafa Benitez was in the Premier League with us, our away record at the top 6 teams was played 12, lost 12, and Steve Bruce has already sort of bettered that record, and that's kind of impressive really, and it's fair play to him and it's fair play to the players too. And that leads me to takeaway number 3, which is, let's just get off Steve Bruce's back, right? Yes, he's not popular, yes, he came in under a cloud, but the bottom line is, he is the manager of Newcastle United, and to be perfectly honest with you, all this abuse of him and sort of negativity surrounding him just has to stop, because we need to give him a bit of time to have a few games. You know, there's no point judging him after 2 games, even though the Norwich performance was unacceptable. That's fine, call him out on that, but you know, fair play to him. The players have gone away this week, he's worked with them this week, we've had a much better performance and we've got an unbelievable result at Spurs. Let's just give the guy a little bit of a break, and before we start jumping on him and accusing him of lots of things that probably aren't even true. Takeaway number 4, the same thing applies to Joelinton. The unbelievable amount of rubbish I read about him after the first 2 games was just embarrassing, to be perfectly honest with you, coming from some of our supporters. The guy's new to the country, he is playing in a team that is in sort of, after the summer we had, it's just a massive transition, a massive shake-up, that we didn't have a good summer. We all know that. Let's give Joelinton a chance. I'm so glad that he scored his goal yesterday, because that just gets the monkey off his back. The pressure is off, he's got his goal, he can now relax without sort of worrying about when his first goal's going to come, and the pressure of having the number 9 shirt and all that sort of stuff. He took his goal amazingly well, by the way, and what a move from the whole team. 16 passes, it was just an amazing team goal. Joelinton's finish was superb. Let's lay off him too, give him a chance, and from what we saw in pre-season, he looked decent, he looked good yesterday, and you know, I'm happy with him, and we should be getting behind him. And takeaway number 5 is, we've done a great job at Spurs and we should be really delighted with that, and we are really delighted with that, but what we need to do now is absolutely follow that up with another great positive result next week in the league against Watford at home. We've got to follow that up with a win at home. We certainly can't lose that game to Watford next week, that would just not be good. We need to build on this unexpected but brilliant result. If the players and management are serious about keeping this team in this league, go out next week and win the game at home in front of a good crowd at St James's Park. Let's get everyone back on side with each other. The players, the manager, the fans, they should be together. We don't have to like Mike Ashley, but we should be together, hoping and working together to try and get good results so that Newcastle United stay in the Premier League ultimately, because that is what we all want. Regardless of who the owner is, we all want Newcastle in the Premier League. And if you don't want that, then I would question whether you're a true fan. If you're wanting Newcastle to get relegated and you call yourself a Newcastle fan, I can't understand that. Maybe that's controversial, I don't know, but to me it just seems alien to want Newcastle United to lose. Okay, so there we have it. They're my 5 takeaways from the game yesterday at Tottenham's new ground, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's not White Hart Lane anymore, is it? What do you think? What did you think of the game? What did you think of the results? What do you think of my 5 takeaways? Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with any of them? Let me know in the comments below. If you've liked this video, don't forget to subscribe. That really helps me out if you do that. And also, if you could like the video too, that would be unbelievable. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you really soon for another video.